Chapter 16. I didn't know Jamie started the West Wolves. It makes sense all they're good for is getting in trouble. He's bitter he didn't get to rule the pack, Letitia said. It was just the two of us lingering around the gym. That's what I thought. Boys like him are trouble. Be careful around him and the other West Wolves. They're filling a lot of the wolves with dumb ideas. Holden's punishments will only get worse for them. I nodded. You don't have to tell me twice. Don't worry. We've got your back. You haven't heard from Rowan, have you? I shook my head. I had almost forgotten about that little spat. No, I honestly don't want trouble. Wolf combat class now. A guy with sandy blonde hair popped into the gym and yelled. Then he was gone. Wolf combat? I asked. We haven't had that one in a while. I could imagine what that was about. I hadn't felt my wolf since yesterday. She was still dormant, but I knew I could shift even if she chose to be silent. Instead of Holden, it was a tall, intimidating woman with spiky crimson hair. She made me miss Holden. Line up this instant, she ordered. You know how it goes. I won't take any shit from anyone. Today's rules are simple. You lose. You're out. I pick the pairs and that's final. What's her problem? I whispered. She's insane. She thinks death should be the punishment for failure. Her pale green eyes scrutinized us, searching for her next victim. Katrina was back on her feet and among the first group to be chosen. Ms. Kate wanted everyone to be beaten to the ground today. I was paired with a petite blonde girl, but when she shifted, she became a massive brown wolf while I remained Buffy. I don't need to tell you it's time to shift, Kate said through clenched teeth. Right. Yet. I couldn't reach Gia. I couldn't shift. It wasn't good. The brown wolf stared at me with patient eyes, while the instructor looked ready to kick my ass. Gia, I begged internally. It's time to shift. She felt so distant, like I was trying to call someone 3 houses away in my neighborhood. Kate growled, baring her yellowish teeth at me. Shit, what's wrong with Gia? Just when I was about to tell Kate something was wrong with me, pain rippled through my bones as I shifted into a medium brown-white wolf. It was the most painful shift I ever had. Not even the first time was that bad. It took me a minute to stand on all fours. It clearly irritated Kate. Make it quick, show no mercy, she ordered. My bones felt like ice and my body felt like a soggy cardboard box. The brown wolf leaped forward. I ducked out of the way or it was game over instantly. I gave her my back for too long. Her claws dug into my back. I howled and faced her. It was horrible. Every move I made was blocked and I was hit back. In normal circumstances, I would have beaten her. But she left me on the ground, breathing heavily. I've honestly seen more entertaining fights, Kate scrawled. Next. We both shifted back to human forms. I battled to keep myself standing. I had to hurry up and get a blanket because I was naked. Are you okay? The girl I just fought asked, holding out a blanket for me. I have no idea. You should go see the nurse. You don't look so good. I took her advice because my body felt ready to give out. The nurse's tent was on the other side of the ground. I staggered there. When the tent was in sight, sweet relief washed over me. Then I became lightheaded. There was nothing close for me to grab, to keep me from falling, other than the blanket around my chest. Hey, what the hell? I fell and landed in someone's arms. My feet lifted off the ground and I was quickly ushered away. Titan? I had become accustomed to his scent. I saw it all. What happened? You saw me get beaten up? I laughed nervously. This isn't funny. Buffy, why didn't you shift right away? He sat me down on a chair and the dizziness faded. I don't know, I couldn't do it. Has it happened before? Not that I can remember. He handed me a glass of water. The pain had faded, but Gia still felt distant. Even when I shifted, We felt disconnected. It had never hurt so much when I shifted. I've never felt like this before. Titan knelt in front of me. His stare was dead serious. Yesterday, he stayed at my house until the stars came out. He didn't just send me to ecstasy. We actually spoke, even though most of it was banter. Titan was 5 years older than me, but we spent last night kissing like a couple of teenagers. He only left when I fell asleep. Did it actually mean anything? Titan stood and rolled his shoulders back. He appeared right in front of me, bearing down on me. His body covered me, blocking me from anyone who might walk in. Just to look at him, I had to roll my head all the way back. "You're sick," he said. "So, I go see the nurse? That's it?" He nodded. "Find out what's causing it. Unless you already know." "What? How would I know?" Wolf illnesses aren't like human sickness. It usually takes something specific to cause them. Like what? I pulled the blanket tighter around myself. I couldn't think of a single thing I had done. He shrugged. Like a curse. No one has cursed me. Titan? Then it has to be something else. Talk to her and tell me what she says. I'd gotten regular illnesses, but never a wolf sickness. I wobbled to my feet. Titan backed up a little, but he was still so close. He looked at me with a blend of confusion and concern. I didn't want his pity. He stepped out of my way. I took a step, and the room came crashing down. Ah! My head hit the floor and the room went dark.
Chapter 17.
I woke up curled in a ball and shivering. That was because I was drenched in sweat. The lower half of my body was bare, and I had a t-shirt on that didn't belong to me. I sat up and every muscle groaned. I surveyed the room. How did I get here? I sat in the center of a king-sized bed with 2 side tables on either side. The light in the room was dim, with only one of the lamps in the room on. My phone was on the side table. I grabbed it and the time read 7 minutes past 8. "Oh my gosh," I mumbled. I realized another light was on in the room from the bathroom. Titan walked out of it. "You're awake?" he said. I slipped out of the bed. My feet wobbled at my first attempt to stand. Titan was there ordering me back into bed. He gripped my waist and pulled me back down. "Easy. How long have I been out?" I asked, groaning with each muscle. "All afternoon. You have to eat something, Buffy." "I'm not hungry." "I wasn't asking." He stormed out of the room. I groaned. I checked my phone and there was a message from Dad telling me he was going to spend a couple more days out of town. I was getting worried. What was he doing out there? I doubted Titan would tell me if I asked, so I just dropped it. I planned on grilling him when he came back. Titan came back with a tray of pasta and a pile of meat. I looked at him, then back at the mountain of food in front of me. He held out a fork and knife. I can't eat all this," Titan grumbled. "If I didn't know better, I would think you're sick because you don't eat." "What does that mean?" He cleared his throat. "Nothing. Eat Buffy." "No, not nothing. You know why I'm sick? Tell me." He groaned and stood. "You're not going to walk out on me, Titan." He appeared in front of me. "You know I've ripped people's heads off for not addressing me right." I leaned back and blinked. "You wouldn't do that to me," I hoped. "You think so, huh? Just tell me what you know. Please." He ran his hand over his locks. "Nothing. I had someone come look at it and they said they couldn't figure out the cause. Your wolf is sick." "What do I do now if I can't figure out what's making me sick?" Titan took the plate from me and started cutting up the pieces of steak. "You're going to eat, that's what you're going to do." Buffy, if you can't get better, you're going to lose your place in the pack." My heart sank to my stomach. "You're going to take away my title, demote me to a citizen? I don't want to." But what? Because I'm not good enough to keep. I didn't say that. I'm not going to let you get killed. You're not strong enough to stand, let alone shift. Are you already looking for someone else? My voice cracked. No, of course not. Just eat, damn it. I pushed the tray aside and he pushed it back at me. I just got news I was sick and I was going to lose my place in the pack in one night. Food was the last thing on my mind. Look, I'll help you through this. Why? I gawked at him. Because I'm your alpha. It's my duty. I brushed a brown lock of hair out of my face. He pulled the plate aside and pounced on me. I fell back. Titan locked my arms over my head. Our noses brushed. My expression of bewilderment was polar to his of dominance and hunger. I swallowed. Are you like this with all your wolves? He smirked. Just you. The different scents of our lust mingled and blended into one aggressive scent, filling the room to the brim, so much that it was undeniable that we wanted each other. You're going to listen to me, okay? He said softly. I nodded. You're going to eat your food and finish it. Then we're going to talk about this. Got it? I almost didn't want him to get off me. I was tempted to refuse, but I was compelled to agree. I silently ate the entire bowl of pasta. When I finished it, and then ate a good portion of the stack of steak, I realized I skipped breakfast and lunch. What was the deal, Buffy? Titan barked. He laid quietly beside me and watched me eat. Outside, the rain began to pour and thunder clapped. I can't eat anymore. Come on, this is a quarter of what I eat. I rolled my eyes. Well, I mean, look at you. Fine. He put the tray of food aside and turned me to look at him. His hands remained on my thighs, a puddle of moisture formed between my legs. I squirmed when I realized Titan could sense my arousal. Slept with the wrong creature before? He asked. I grimaced. I haven't slept with anyone. He grinned. Figures. Titan. I've got to ask. It could be the cause of your sickness. I haven't been with anyone. I wrapped my arms around myself. Rejection? Curses? Someone could have cursed you without your knowledge, but that can be sensed. I guess a curse is out of the question. Rejection? Rejection can make me sick? Did this happen to everyone who got rejected? Jamie did this to me? Rejection? That makes wolves sick? How is that possible? More often than not, the wolf suffers. Rejection isn't as common, so not many wolves get sick. How long had my wolf been sick? Now it had gotten to the point where I was having trouble shifting. What if on the night we were attacked, I had failed to shift? I would surely be dead. Gia. I tried calling my wolf, but still she was distant. What happens if she doesn't recover? Does she die? Do I die? Something happened? Were you rejected? He frowned. What? Me? No. I stumbled out of bed. What happens, Titan? Where are you going? You have to rest. Why don't you answer me? The rain hammered down on us and the lightning flashed across the window. Yes, it could die. I swallowed. And me? He groaned. Buffy, we need to figure out what's making you sick first. I grabbed my phone at that moment. Titan tried to grab my wrist, but he was too slow. I stumbled out of the room. His shirt was only barely big enough to cover my ass. I ran down the stairs as carefully as possible. Buffy, fuck, get back here. He didn't understand that a horrible rejection was killing me. Literally. It's pouring outside, he barked. I needed to be alone. I needed to fix this. How would I fix this when I couldn't reach Gia? I yanked the door open and ran into the rain. I screamed and covered my head when lightning flashed over my head. Another flash of lightning illuminated the dark street. I stumbled back. A black, skinny wolf stood on the sidewalk of my house. Skin like charcoal, eyes like a flame, and not an ounce of fur on it. What was it doing here? How did it get here? It bore its fang like teeth at me. its red, angry eyes locked on me. I called for my wolf, but she was too weak to respond. It barked and charged.
Chapter 18.
I stumbled back and fell. I scraped my palms and bruised my leg. The beast ran past me and disappeared through someone's backyard. I picked myself up and ran home. I bolted up the stairs. This was exactly what I was afraid of, meeting that thing and not being able to defend myself. After a hot shower, I changed into warm clothes. What was it even doing here? Outside my house? It should have killed me. It just ran past me. Had it already killed someone? Or was it aware of the alpha nearby? Hammering on the door downstairs sent my flying to answer it. "Are you happy?" Titan barked. He stepped into the house and left a little puddle on the floor. "Did you see it?" "Fuck, see what?" I closed the door behind him, stealing a glance at the street to make sure it wasn't lingering. The hybrid. What? He froze, mid-squeezing his locks. "You saw it?" I nodded. "Outside." "Maybe you didn't see right." "That's impossible." "I know what I saw, Titan." I planted my hand on my hip. "Yeah? Out in that type of rain?" "It ran towards me." He gripped my shoulders and shook me. "Did it touch you? You believe me now?" "Damn it, I don't want to believe you." "I know what I saw. It was outside. I mean in the streets." I didn't want Titan believing it was here for me the way Rowan believed I was in league with it. How could anyone be in league with a creature like that? Why the hell would it come here? I led Titan to the living room, then went away to find a towel. When I returned, he'd taken off his shirt. I had a clear view of his tattoos. One of them was of a woman without eyes and long black hair. I wondered who she was, but didn't ask. I have no idea. It didn't try to attack me. That's strange. It's shown us how ruthless it can be. Maybe it's because it knew you were close by. I doubt that. It knew I was close when it attacked the first 2 times, and that didn't stop it. I was blank now. Was it looking for something? Or was it just a wild creature with no sense of where it wanted to attack? "You're home alone?" he asked. I nodded. "You shouldn't be here alone. Let's go back to my place." Thunder rumbled outside. "And get drenched again?" Titan leaned back and sighed. "I guess we're sleeping over here." I looked at the stairs. "There's a guest room I can set up for you?" His brows dipped. He looked disappointed. "That's okay. I'll take the couch." "Oh, are you going to be my watchdog?" I stood. "I can make you do it, or you're not the alpha in my house." He snatched my arm and pulled me on his lap. He arched his brow. "I mean it." I was tempted to kiss him, to straddle him. I shook my head and snapped out of it. "Sure." His grip loosened and I scurried up the stairs. Sleeping in the same house as him was different from having him in the same bed as well. Still, Titan was a rogue alpha. He could come into my room for no reason, and I would have no power to stop him from inviting him into my bed.
Next day.
"Buffy, can we talk?" Rowan asked. I backed up and went around the gym tent. The tall, bulky beta wolf groaned and ran after me. "I have nothing to say." "I do." He was behind me after 2 steps. "I don't want to hear it. I think we should pretend that neither one of us exists." He grabbed my arm and whirled me so I was facing him. His eyes weren't wild this time and his hair was pushed back. "I'm sorry. You are?" I blinked a couple times. "I shouldn't have spoken to you that way. If Susie heard me, she would have kicked my ass. I was just upset. I should have been there that night." "Rowan, you could have been killed." "Yeah, but it would have been better than living with what I feel. I could have helped. Now I've messed things up with you." "Messed things up?" I fluttered my lashes. Look, I don't want you to get hurt. I didn't mean what I said. I was just looking for someone to blame. I'm sorry you were attacked. Let's just forget it, okay? No, Buffy, I don't want to pretend you don't exist. I giggled. I didn't mean that. Start over? He smirked, revealing a dimple in his cheek. In that case, how about we skip gym and head to town? Skip gym? Have you met Alpha Titan? Known him my whole life. He laced his fingers through mine. My stomach hurt. It felt as if someone twisted my intestines. It only lasted a minute. Okay, I guess it won't hurt. What should have lasted an hour had me arriving home at 5. Rowan drove me home in his white sports car. He parked outside my house, but I didn't get out right away. I noticed Titan's car was parked in his driveway along with an SUV. I wondered if his Omega was visiting. I shook thoughts of Titan and his mistress away. I had a great guy in front of me. A great guy that had a bad moment in life. I had a good time. I didn't realize how much I missed skipping school. He chuckled. We should do this again. I willed myself not to glance back at Titan's house. Sure. Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Too soon? Of course not. I'd love to. What class are we skipping? He laughed. How about we go after school so we don't arouse Holden's anger? Sounds like a plan? He reached across the console and brushed a strand of hair out of my face. For a second, I thought he was going to kiss me. Did I want him to kiss me? Would I let him? Bye. I smiled and climbed out of his car. Gia? I called my wolf. What? She finally responded. Where the hell have you been? Ugh, I'm tired, Buffy. Go pick on someone else. Don't you dare go dormant, but you need to tell me how to heal you. You've got company. What the hell is that supposed to mean? A fist hammered on my door. Now I knew what she meant. Go away. Open this door, Buffy. How many times do I have to tell you you're not the alpha of this house? I'm the alpha that's going to punish you for skipping gym. I knew this would happen. I opened the door and found him fuming on the front porch. Are you really going to punish me? I've never seen you at the gym, Titan. He invaded my space. He didn't have to touch me for me to feel possessed, claimed by him. I'm sick and tired of you, Buffy. Sick of your disrespect, your attitude, and that tongue. Fuck that tongue that calls me whatever it wants. Oh yeah? Then why did you sleep over? Why did you bring me to your house when you could have just dumped me off in the infirmary? I should be the one sick of you. Have you ever heard of knocking Titan? There you go again. He threw his hands in the air. Don't you have something better to do, Titan? I do. I've got a warm Omega in my bed waiting for me. His words felt like a sledgehammer to the heart. Still, I lifted my chin. Go to her, then, while I go pick what to wear for my date tomorrow. I slammed the door in his face. We growled at the same time and stormed off. He went back to his house and me to my room to punch my pillow.
Chapter 19.
Letitia came over. I hadn't done dates in so long I forgot what it was like to get ready for one. Gia was still distant, and that night I was feeling the effects. My bones felt weak and my body was hot, which was why I argued for a spaghetti strap dress. We should have gone to the salon, Letitia said, flipping through a magazine on my bed. She offered to spend the night. I pulled my gaze away from the window where I had my eyes glued on Titan's parking lot. That SUV was parked there again. Maybe it was his Omega. Ugh. I didn't care. Rowan was a great guy. At least I continued to convince myself. It was just a date anyway. Nothing serious. I think my hair looks fine, I said, stepping in front of a mirror. Fine? We want to wow him. My hair had never looked silkier, with actual bouncing curls. Still can't believe you agreed to go out with him after his little outburst. Letitia smirked. He was working and he's a cute guy. Cute, huh? What's wrong with cute? Oh, nothing. I just thought you'd want big, buffy, and possessive. You know, the kind with sleeves of tattoos. My jaw dropped. Letitia, what are you saying? She giggled. I'm not saying anything that isn't true. The doorbell rang. Saved by the bell. That's him. I've got to go. Don't have too much fun, she teased. I scurried down the stairs as carefully as I could in wedges before Letitia could say more. Hey! Buffy, you look great. I wish I was taking you to a 5-star restaurant instead. Please, they're not really my thing. Rowan was dressed in a casual black t-shirt and black pants with a jacket on top with white sneakers. He opened the car door for me. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect the night to go so smoothly either. We saw a movie which was rather exciting, but we managed to slip in some conversation and not get kicked out of the theater. After that, we went to a burger joint. Male wolves did eat more than usual because my date ordered 2 monster-sized burgers with fries. The night was still young when we left the fast food restaurant, so Rowan suggested we go to the park. We sat on the swing. I was a little weary of the hybrid showing up. The spark was so quiet. The breeze was perfect since I still felt blazing hot. I felt a headache coming on, but I didn't want to ruin this moment. Rowan sat on the swing next to me. I didn't expect tonight to go so well. I chuckled. Neither did I. I brushed a strand of hair behind my ear. You know what will make this night perfect? I looked at him for an answer because I had none. He leaned in, our noses brushed. He didn't impose and I didn't pull away, even though every nerve in my body screamed, run. Do you want to? He asked. Rowan, tell me not to and I'll stop, he whispered. I want to. His lips found mine. They were soft and tender. He was testing the water first before he dove in. He deepened the kiss, darting his tongue and finding mine in one aggressive dance. I'd gone from only having kissed one man to 2 in a couple weeks. You're so beautiful, Buffy. He growled against my lips. I was so stunned by his aggression that I couldn't speak. I just moved my lips to try and match his movement. I've wanted you since the day I saw you. That broke the kiss. My heart raced so fast I feared I was going to faint. That, and now my head was pounding and my body was weak again. You have? He nodded. We got to the base a few days before we met everyone. When I saw you, doing whatever you felt like, I was drawn. I liked you. My wolf liked you. I swallowed. I mentally yelled for Gia, but there was no response. You what? He chuckled like a schoolboy. I want you, Buffy. I want you to be my chosen mate.
Next day.
Base? I couldn't go to the base that day. I sat on my window bench, just pondering over what Rowan asked me. His wolf had chosen me. Mine wouldn't even come out to confront this. With each passing day, Gia was getting weaker and weaker, and so was I. I didn't have the slightest clue on how to fix this. Was I supposed to get back with Jamie? If I wanted to remain a wolf, or possibly alive, I had to go crawling back to my ex? The ex I recently threw in a lake? Not a chance. There had to be another way to heal Gia before it was too late. Then there was Rowan. I hadn't given him an answer. It was too soon. He seemed to understand because it was major. I was 19 and my wolf hadn't recognized another after Jamie. I wasn't going to get a fated mate now. It was too late. I doubted I would get many options either. Maybe this was my chance. Rowan was a good guy, a powerful beta, and he was here, even though my heart wanted someone else. I sighed and plucked at my pillow. I shouldn't want him. If Grandma was here, she would tell me to take the opportunity and accept Rowan's offer. There was still a lingering fear of being rejected again. A double rejection would kill Gia and me sooner. I guess I'm doing this. As I was about to leave, I felt a male wolf's presence. That was odd. This male's presence was strong and domineering. He kept pushing his essence at me, trying to draw my attention. I looked out the window and my eyes first landed on Titan's empty window. I stared down at the quiet streets. There wasn't a male wolf in sight. I rolled my eyes. Men! I grabbed my bag and walked out my room. It was probably just a random wolf showing interest to any female he comes across. I hoped I didn't run into him. I was going to accept Rowan's offer, and I was going to accept it now. A lot of things ran through my mind, like I was finally going to lose my virginity. I remembered talking to Jamie about it the night he rejected me. The pain in my abdomen made me buckle forward. He knew he was going to reject me, but he still chose to butter me up. He fucked a different girl that night, binding them forever. A car drove up behind me, but I didn't slow my pace to see who it was or what they wanted. My body was aching, and I feared if I listened to the pain, I would collapse. "Stop, Buffy!" Titan ordered. I groaned. "What do you want?" I kept walking. By this time, my legs felt like crumbling rocks. Still, I didn't stop. If I did, I was going to drop. To talk. "Shouldn't you be at the base? Will you just look at me? You need to stop." "Why?" "Because you're sick. I want to help you." "You can help me by leaving me alone." "Fuck!" He parked the car, but I didn't stop. I felt like running, but I would only hit the pavement. I felt sick. Worse than I ever had before. I needed to find a bush and vomit. Titan appeared in front of me, blocking my path and bringing me to an abrupt halt. My knees gave out and my vision doubled. I fell forward and everything went black as I hit Titan's arms.